social media age, like where if you look at most rappers, like the girls that they date now was really just some average chick back home.
You ain't had this.
But because he was ready to elevate her life, you feel me? Now every chick is like, not every chick, but a lot of chicks are like, yo, wait a minute, da didn't have to like. Cause think about this, if a chick see a woman doing all these wife type things to try to become a wife, and it still gets her nowhere. But then being a bad bitch over here is getting these bitches wifed up. What they gonna do? Because unfortunately, as men, we don't say it's the standard. It go back to the standard thing. We will literally take an average woman and try to elevate her.
Every man's tricked.
And so, a woman doesn't have to, a woman is looking at two options. She's like, yo, I done seen all my life, I didn't try to be this good woman, cook, clean, do all that. That didn't got me nothing. I see 10 girls that went and got a BBL. Now they with a pro athlete, doing their thing, they getting flown out. You know what? I like that option better. But so it's because of us, though. It's our fault because we have literally made it so easy and we have such low standards that now women realize I don't have to be nothing.
At the end of the day, you have that sit down. She has that sit down with herself. At the end of the night, like, damn, I'm really selling pussy. If that's herself, if that's how she want to carry herself, at the end of the day, you can make it cute. You can make it however you want. It's different levels of selling coochie. You feel me? Some pussy is worth $50,000. Some is worth $100.
Ain't no pussy worth $50,000. I can tell you that right now.
Listen, you're tripping.
If a man
no, hold on. Donald Trump's wife is not with that man just to be with him.
I understand what you're saying.
That coochie worth. He paying the ticket on it.
That's a meal.
That's a meal.
Maybe even a bill.
Ain't no pussy worth $50,000.
But I know. I hear.
They doing it.
Hey, Droff, I hear what you're saying, but this is another thing, and like I said this in the same.
If I can't buy her OnlyFans for $10, I don't want it.
I said this in the same conversation.
If I can't buy her OnlyFans for $10, I might even pay $19.99, depending on who the fuck she is. But other than that, I'm not paying no $50,000 for the pussy. That's all I'm saying. Sell me a dream on OnlyFans.
I know,
but
see, that's our problem, though. Our problem is that.
No, that's my problem. I buy OnlyFans.
Okay, that is a personal problem. Speaking for yourself, but
I always wanted to see what this look like.
All I'm simply saying is that it's men's fault.
I'm selling reviews.
It's men's fault because we put the price tag on it.
You right.
What we buy a woman, what we do for a woman is what we say
everything we do as a pleasure, though. That's everything we do as a pleasure. Because think about a car. Think about a car. If we keep it real when we about to buy a car, like shit, I pay $5,000 for that. I pay anything that's pleasure to us. We gonna pay for it.
Well, for me, what I agree with Jamal is we got to get out of the habit of blaming women for what we do. We set the standard. I remember one of my homies told me this one time. We was talking about Kevin Samuels, and we was like, yo, man, he's spitting real. He telling women yo, who are you to ask for, you know what I'm saying, this type of man, but you only bring this.
Yeah.
And he said, and he looked at me, he said, why are we telling women that? Well, we need to start telling men, if you hear, stop dating this.
Yeah.
That's
settling.
And he told me that, and I said, that shit's so real, because way too often when we have these conversations, we talk about, man, women want this, women want that, women this, women. And in reality, if we stop doing this shit, women won't be chasing it because we won't be offering it.
But listen, that's why. Yeah, but listen, that's why all these social media chicks is always dating. They ain't never got no ring. They always dating.
And I'm single by choice.
Niggas just find women out on the first date.
Yeah, they having their way.
That's not a woman's fault for wanting that.
No.
That's our fault for giving it. So if we stop giving it, women won't start expecting it.
But listen, but if you just having your way, you just having your way.
Like you said, it goes back to your pleasures. 100%. Like
you right for whatever you want.
Like I got a lot of addiction.
How much you say that pussy?
Trust me, I got a lot of addiction. I will make a woman feel like a star for the pussy. But I mean like a local star. Like I'm not spending $50,000.
He said local star.
He said he might spend $5 though. He might spend $5.
Yeah, we can go to the roof tonight.
But see, like I think also, and I can say, and I can speak for me. I can speak for me. A lot of men are dealing with duality issues, right? Where like what I mean mean by that is the woman that we want mentally and emotionally is not the woman that we chase after because of physical. So we'll sit here like for me, I see a woman on social media, man, she be half naked, and horny Jacob is like, man, I'll marry that bitch tomorrow. Right now, go ahead, yo. But in my right mind, Jacob is like, yo, she can never be my wife. But those two clash. And that's what happens a lot of times as men is what we want physically and what we want emotionally and mentally don't really mix. Be the same. So we like it clashes because we sit here and give everything that we're supposed to give that woman emotionally, mentally to the woman that we don't really need.
Yeah. But this is where
duality.
When I say you gotta be real with yourself. You have to be real with yourself. When you dating a woman and you know you like, damn, I like it over here. Like, shit. Them other hoes hitting you up, the texts get drier.
You stop replying, leave them on
You
red.
don't really fuck with it. And then this is I'm telling you. I know, but listen. But listen though. You gotta say.
It's calling me, B.
But that's where you gotta know what you got value in. Like if you got a partnership with a woman, you not risking that. For that,
you
know what I'm saying? But if you have it your way, and your lady knows that, she ain't questioning you about having your way. That's why I say if you up front, I'm telling you, listen, I learned this. You listen, I done been through enough shit to just tell the truth in the beginning, bro. Like trust me, it'll save you a lot of extra shit, a lot of questioning. If they already know what they getting into, you did your job as a man. You gave her a choice. If she can't be on social media crying out, that's when you, as a man, you gotta cut that off. You being too messy. You draining me. You costing me my mental health, and I'm at a good place right now. But I can't let them fuck that up.
One second. Hold on. One second. Okay. Where are you all at? Because like mentally when it comes to like your relationships, because it don't matter. Because I always say. We gonna trick regardless for pussy. Rather it's pussy or rather it's get in a relationship. So are you all, like your behavior as men, no matter where you're at in your career, within your money, are you sitting here, is your behavior to deal with one woman? Or are you okay with just dealing with multiple women? Yeah. Where are you at?
I'll tell you, for me, I'd rather deal with multiple women, and that's because of, like, when it goes back to, you know, maybe it's the poet in me. Like I actually got a poem where I actually talk about this. But like I'd rather deal with multiple women because I don't believe one woman can provide me with grace. Everything you need. And so like because like every time I've been in relationships, it's always been, Jacob, you do this wrong. Jacob, you do that wrong. Like I've always like I know this, and I'm not the only one because I've talked to multiple men. A lot of times we always get told when we're making mistakes, but we don't get bragged about as men. Like, man, that's my man. He do this for me. He do that, man. But like I always joke around, get an example, man. You fuck around, put cologne on, and every chick in the mall will tell you how good you smell, but your woman won't praise you. And I'm not saying like, but that's just an example. And so when I've been in relationships, like my love language is words of affirmation. I want to know from my woman that I'm a good man. And I have not been provided that. So for me, I'd rather be single because I don't want to keep being told that I'm wrong.
But listen.
And I'd rather just talk to them because like you talking to multiple women, I don't have to connect with y'all.
All right, now let me ask you this. Do you want so this is why I say relationship and partnership. Do you want that woman to depend on you because y'all like and love each other? No. Is that what you're seeking?
No.
So why so what do you look for in a relationship then? Or is a part this is why I say a partnership, because if that's what you want in your woman in a partnership, y'all always gonna congratulate each other because y'all both winning.
And that's correct. And that's
y'all both winning.
And unfortunately, and that's why I have put myself in a position to be single. Because that's something I say on the first date. Like, I'll tell you one thing I say on the first date, anytime I date a woman, is I don't believe in happy wife, happy life.
Me either.
And I say that, and I say that on the first date because I say, yo, as your man, you should put just as much effort in as me to make me happy as I'm putting in for you.
And that's why I say y'all both in for each other.
And I even asked a woman, how did your last relationship end? And if her exact him, he did this, he did that, and not one time did you say, hey. oh, well, you know what? I did this, I did that.
My last
then
one.
I gotta be like, you know what? Because I can't be the only one taking responsibility.
I'm gonna be real.
We gotta both take accountability.
Now listen, when I sat down, and this is when my life really turned around, and I told myself, like, I gotta get my shit together. Like, me personally, I knew I wasn't shit in that relationship. That's why I ended it. Not because I ain't love her. I just couldn't. I didn't love myself like that. So I'm gonna give it to you. That's why we keep having problems. Yeah. I don't have that self-love for myself yet. So how I'm gonna give you something I don't got?
Right.
I don't have it for me.
That's self-love thing.
You feel me?
Self-love,
like you. That's where I say that's when you got that self-love. Then your time is costing.
I love
people
my way.
that are successful in life. Their time costs. It's not free to just mingle with them. You know, you got to put a price tag. You want a better life like them people on TV, you got to put yourself in position. It's not going to happen. If you just sitting around waiting for the lottery hit, you're going to be just like the rest of them 85% motherfuckers just sitting at the crib hoping, wishing. Instead of just being real with yourself, taking accountability and building yourself up to the man you should be. So all that other stuff is extra. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you have self-worth individually, can't nobody rain on your parade. Like, if you get in a relationship and you know your self-worth, if they leave, you're not crying. You're not tripping. You're not, oh, my God. Yeah, you might be salty because damn, you was fucking with them, but they not fucking with you.
I ain't like your cry.
You feel me? I'm just saying, they not fucking with you.
I hope so how you gonna get hurt like that?
That's what I said. But that's how niggas be on social media. Boo-hooing.
It do.
Boo-hooing.
You know, and what's funny, what you say is, man, it's like that self-love thing. And I'll be honest, in the past, I have only loved myself as much as the women have loved me. Mm-hmm. And I say that to say, like, that how we talked about in the beginning, grace, right? Like, I've never been, like, really provided with grace in a relationship. Like, and so when I make mistakes, I don't provide my own self with grace because nobody has ever provided me with grace. So therefore, I struggle sometimes loving me. Like, I always give the example, like, man, one thing I can do is I can lose weight real quick, but I can also gain weight real quick. When I lose all the weight, man, I feel good about myself. I love myself because that's when I was hyped the most. But when I gain that weight back, that's when the love stops. So therefore, I stop at times loving myself. So therefore, one of the reasons why one of the reasons why I did decide to go to therapy is so I can find validation within myself. And now, especially now, like, because I feel like I've always struggled with that validation with women. And so that's where, like I said, it comes to struggle myself. And so now that I have a daughter, my biggest fear is one day she gonna get older, like, Daddy, I'm not happy with you. And I know that's going to tear me up inside. Because it's like, damn, that's another woman telling me as a man, I'm not good enough. So I wanted to go to therapy so I can finally tell myself that I'm good enough. So then I won't start putting that onus on other people to start telling me that.
And everybody deals with how to turn their life around. But like I said, at the end of the day, you gotta be real with yourself. You know, like, if I know I need to stop eating them damn cakes at the motherfucking late at night when I get fried, then I know. I know. I can't be like, I'm blaming somebody else. I'm not putting my stuff on, because that's where the problems brew up. I put my problems on you. You're not really strong enough to handle my problems. And I think that's the problem. Because, like I said, this is why I always say my next is got to be a partnership. We got to have that love for each other. Like, all right, you not doing, what's wrong, what's going on? It's not enough of that talk and that communication, like, to let me know. Don't hold your tongue and then we gonna have a problem. Like, let me know. I know it's something wrong with you. Right. I can see it in your action, your body language. I know. I what did I do? But don't be like, Man, I'm not dealing with that, because I caught that off in my head, like right now in my life. I'm not doing. If I'm asking you what's wrong with you, so I can know not to do it again, or if I'm that way and I'm be like, look, this ain't gonna work because this is just how I am.
Yeah. But when it came to, let me ask you this: when it came to, like, because you all use terms like self-love. Before it even came to the point when you all were dealing with women, I'm not talking about elementary school, middle school. Maybe even high school. But, like, for me, how I was raised in my household, like, from my grandmother, all the way from my grandmother, I was taught how to love myself. And one thing I noticed is that, like, within a home setting of dad and mom, or mom, usually it's just mom, they teach you to love others.
Others, yes.
And then when we sit here and we be in our 20s, like, I'm 27, I'm not sure what you all's age are, but we sit here now in our 20s talking about self-love, and then it's like, what were you doing before?
It's not taught.
You were simply trying to appease other people.
Yeah, it's not taught, and it's not really. Just think, like even our culture, we depend on one another. Mm-hmm. Like just from way back when, we depend. We always been around. Yeah, we look out for one another. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the people, the way society is, and the people that are successful, they realize I can't help you if I'm not at my best. And those are the successful people.